Okay, it's 2024 and we are Scraftalicious on Redshift for this round of it. Matchup between HangemHigh and Tahn. Tahn, our reigning champion, in the top left, playing as Protoss, and HangemHigh, our Zerg challenger, in the bottom left. Now, I believe I have mentioned this map before. The Overlord, as it pans across here, is going to give us a pretty good idea of what's up. You've got this kind of pocket expo that is gold out the back, but it can be very vulnerable because your opponent can come at it from the other side. Just notice Tahn's moving out with a worker here, so I am just going to follow the worker, and we're just going to double check that this worker isn't up to anything nefarious. At home, you know, it's a pretty standard looking wall on the ramp, so I don't think there's anything weird going on, but you never know. Maybe this is going to be a proxy, but I think it is just a scout. It's going to come in right under the Overlord and have a little peek around. So worker does see the hatchery timings, and Tahn, of course, you know, he is at heart a Zerg player. Zerg's his preferred race, so you know, one of the bonuses that gives you when you're playing against a Zerg is you know what you're seeing. When you come in and you see a hatchery and you see the timing of it, you know that that's hatchery first. You know that it isn't a pull. Whereas when you don't play a race yourself, it can be a little bit, you know, it's less clear what it is you're looking at. So the worker's going to hide in the corner for the time being. Meanwhile, Overlord up top is going to come in and have a good look around. It's not a very long distance by Overlord flight in the straight line between the two bases on this map. And like Overlords move slowly, but you've always got to remember when you're playing against a Protoss, Protoss cannot build anything that shoots up until they've got a side core. So your Overlord is nice and safe to come in and get a look around normally. It can fly into the main base and see what's up. And normally what you want to do with this Overlord, personally, I would be swinging a right here and sending the Overlord off. Because what I'm looking for is, now that the side core is finished, does some tech come down? This is, over to the right is where the pylons are. So I'd be looking for, is there going to be a Stargate or something dropped? That's what I'd like to see. You do not want to leave the Overlord in the middle of the base here, because the Stalker is going to come out, and this Overlord is deep. When this Stalker comes out, the Overlord is dead. It isn't going to be able to get away. So I'd have preferred the Overlord to come over to the right and possibly check the timing on the Nexus and look for anything else that's happening. The Overlord is coming over now, but it's too late. Tahn surprisingly hasn't sent the Stalker to kill this, maybe being a little bit overcautious, wanting to block this in case any Lings come. But I think I'd have settled for killing the Overlord. It's hard for your opponent to build Lings when they are supply blocked. Now with that said, there are 8 Lings in production and already a handful out on the map. So that is going to be a reasonable number of Lings that are going to come and be a bit of a problem. The Stargate goes down, but it's pretty lit. Maybe Tahn, wanting to get rid of the Overlord before planting that, has got the sentry here. This Nexus is going to finish up, and there are enough Lings coming to be a problem here. So I'd really like to see a pylon come down, so that you've got a space that you can wedge your Stalker in against. The Lings are going to come down and be a bit of an annoyance. So far, not that many, but when the rest of these turn up, this Nexus is going to be in real trouble. So there is a force field available, and the clutch thing to do here is drop the force field halfway through these Lings to trap some of them at the top of the ramp. That's not what's happened. No force field whatsoever has come out. And this is actually going to be pretty ugly. So the shield battery comes down, but there's a gap here. So you wanted the shield battery to be... Oh, the massive gap on this side too. I don't know, is this one Stalker going to clean everything up? 6 kills on it. It looks like, yeah, maybe yes it is. There's an Adept out now, and the Adept will trade. So yeah, you can move down, Tahn. You can go ahead. The Adept is... An Adept on a Stalker with a couple of workers would definitely kill this. So no reason not to come down and push into this. Oh my goodness, there's a gap. There's a gap. The Lings come through the gap. The units are moving the wrong way. Tahn's going to fight with the workers. I think I'd have preferred to run with the workers and send the units over to fight this. But the workers do clean it up. he needs to plug this gap. He needs to plug it badly. Finally, we see a force field, but it only blocks out 2 of the Lings. Yeah, I think I'd have rather reversed the sentry into here and dropped the force field on top of it to trap it. The Oracle's flying across the map, but Tahn, you need the Oracle at home. The workers are not mining, and they need to be. Tahn's money is actually pretty high, though, so that's not going to kick in yet. But look, oh, depowers it, so desperately needs to get a pylon down. Where is the prison? Sorry, not prism. Where is the Oracle? It's on the other side of the map. Look, what? Why did this Oracle leave? You've got an Oracle here that can activate the beam and can get involved in these, can really do some hurt on them. You've got a lovely little nook here that you can hide a stalker into and drop a pylon on the other side of it so that Lings can't get surface area on it. That is a good way to deal with the stuff coming up the ramp. But, you know, more than that, a gateway here and a full wall off would have been the way to go. More than that, earlier when you had a sentry with energy to burn, a force field could have absolutely changed that game. So, yeah, nobody likes a big Ling push. It's ugly, but on that occasion was effective. GG.